evening. Today we will talk about the necessary reforms in the UN Security Council, which is the apex body of United Nations. We all know that the UN was created just after the Second World War so that humanity does not encounter such a war ever. But the question arises, is this institution really functional? Another question arises, does this institution reflect the power dimensions of the world of today's age? It looks like that there is an institutional stickiness towards reform in the United Nations in general, but in United Nations Security Council in particular, because this UNSC reflects the power dynamics, the power dimensions, the global order of 1945. There was a reform there in 1963 with a resolution which is known as UNGA Resolution 1991A, which introduced non-permanent member seats in the UNSC, which were as follows: 3 seats for Africa, 2 for Latin America, 2 for Asia, 2 for Western Europe, and 1 for Eastern Europe. But even this doesn't reflect the power dimensions and global order of today's days and age. Now, to bring any kind of reform there in the UN Security Council, you need 2/3 majority in the UNGA plus a consent from P5. So if you really want any kind of reform, the second part must be removed. But in order to remove the second part, unfortunately, there also you need a consent from the P5 members. So we must evaluate that whether this body is reflecting the power dimensions of today or not. And for that, we must look on 3 factors. Number 1 is the population of a country. Number 2 must be the GDP of the country. And number 3 must be the country's contribution towards United Nations, and especially for the peacekeeping jobs. Now, if you analyze the situation as per these norms, you will find that 2 out of the 5 members of UN Security Council won't have that chair. And suppose if we are constructing the body today, then you will find that some members, at least 2 members, won't even find the chair. Forget the use of veto and the gaining of the power of veto. So, new players must be inducted. New players like India, Germany, maybe Italy, definitely Japan. They must be inducted because of new power dimensions of the world of today's days and age. And if we really want to give a global vision to the UN Security Council, then definitely we need to induct countries like India, Germany, Australia, Japan, South Korea, 2 countries from Middle East, and at least 1 member from Africa, so that you get a total global picture in the UN Security Council. Now, with veto or without veto, it is a very contagious issue. I think there should be no veto and all the decisions should be taken by 2/3 majority. But you can discuss all veto issue later on. But first of all, we have to increase the number of members in the UN Security Council. See, if this institution want to have its, what you can say that if this institution want to have the legitimacy, the global legitimacy which it has already lost, then it needs reforms. It needs serious reforms and structural reforms. Thank you.